My name is Phil McKay. I'm the president and CEO of nGage Events, and I am so pleased to welcome all of you to the 6th annual, where's the years gone, Mobility Exchange event here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. I usually don't prepare anything. I usually kind of just wing it, as most of you know, but this is a very, very special event. It's over the past 6 years, M6 has, with the business of mobility has morphed from apps and devices, and now it's morphed into more of a business processes. And we're doing this with multiple technologies, and many of you are right here in this room. M6 has been on the forefront, though, of this because of contributors like all of you, starting with our illustrious advisory board led by Maribel Lopez, who will be up here very shortly, Paul Samajadelis from our staff, who leads our innovation all the time and amazes me how much he knows about this particular subject. But also from the generosity and the thought leadership that comes from our sponsors. So content comes from many different directions at this event, and the sponsors are part of that. But also, some of the best content that we get is from the executives in this room that have graced this stage and led content, and we're still talking about it through our communities. This year's M6 event will be a game changer. With mobility being the foundation of the enterprise, we'll be leaping forward into digital transformation and beyond. The way we use technology in our personal and our professional lives, it's ever changing. I know as an individual, I can't keep up. But our goal is to be on the leading edge of that sword, and hopefully you'll be one step ahead of all these changes and alterations. And at the end of the day, we want you to be using the tools of tomorrow, today, from the information that you'll be getting over the next 2.5 days. The next 2.5 days are going to be very full, but they're going to be full of innovations from our sponsors, cross-vertical approaches from our end users that are in the audience with you, and new direction from our advisory board. The one thing that I ask all of you is, please don't sit back and just take this all in. This type of event and model is best when you jump in with both feet. Don't be afraid. The water's fine. It's a great place. The more you're interactive with each other and in the sessions, the better off and more you're going to take home with you. As you've seen, if you've looked at the agenda, the 2.5 days are packed, but they're packed with great sessions, fireside chats, case studies, panel discussions, and then finally, each day we end uniquely with the one-on-one meetings. This unique model is different, and many people at the end of the 2.5 days say, geez, my head is spinning, but it was a great event. Well, hopefully you'll see the method to our madness at the end for all you new people who are here. One of the great things that Spencer and Tom and our audience recruitment staff has done, there are 80 new faces in this audience, which is fantastic. And I know for you sponsors, you're looking to meet all of them. There are also 12 members of our staff here and of nGage, and our goal is to make sure and hopefully even see beforehand to answer questions that you have, but make sure that all of your comforts are met. We'll do anything within our power to make sure that this is the best event that you go to every single year. Hey, Walter. Again, this event is your event. This is not nGage's event. So if you have any questions, let us know. Our goal is to give you the best content, and that can come from many different sources, sponsors, end users, advisory board members. But one of the greatest things that you will have from this event, our end users, is to meet each other. The communication that you start here and the friendships you start here can be with you for the rest of your career. So I'm your MC for the next 2.5 days, and you don't want to really see me, but I have 3 real big responsibilities. I get to introduce all the big shots, or some of the big shots. Maribel does a little bit of it too. And that's my great privilege. I also have to be the bad guy. Sometimes I have to keep things on time, so I have to cut some of the sessions a little bit short, and that's usually in the question and answer when most of you want to interact. So I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit, but we also have 14 different network receptions, and most of the time they're adult beverages that are at these receptions. And so I know some of our attendees who have been here more than once like to continue those discussions, and some of them have even continued them late at night, right underneath my room, and yelling pretty loud. But at least they're continuing those discussions. Lastly, my last responsibility, which sometimes people think is the best thing that I do, I tell you when and where to eat and drink. And at 7 o'clock tonight, you will want me to tell you where to eat and drink. But I have a saying that we will feed you and we will feed you often, and I promise that will happen. But without further ado, first of all, again, welcome to everybody. It gives me great pleasure for the 4th year in a row to introduce our chair, Maribel Lopez from Lopez Research.